I want to emphasize on 2 points. One of the points is that maintaining justice and order, and secondly, to expose sin. Now, how will law and order be maintained if there are no laws? So God gave them these laws to maintain law and order. Now, if a law is given, the law is given to protect you from doing wrong. When a law is given, if you do this, this will be the consequence to your crime, to whatever law you break. So if you break this law, this is going to be the consequence to the law you break. Now, everybody is expected to know every law and the consequences that will follow when you break these laws. Now, it will not make any sense for anyone to know the consequence of a particular law and still break that law. Now, we are not perfect. We break God's law all the time. Even we break our nation's law, the country's law all the time. But when you are caught, you will definitely serve the punishment for breaking said law. God does not want us to break his laws. So God gave laws and God put consequences to these laws. Now, what kind of God will he be if he does not judge fairly? If two people commit the same crime and one person was judged according to the law and the other person was pardoned, although he forgives our sins, but at the same time, the consequence of the sin you committed, you will still go through the consequences. That is how God can be just. That's how we can maintain justice and order, and also to expose sin, to show humanity's inability to perfectly keep God's standard. So it's not possible for us to keep God's standard because God's standard is very, very, very high. God has a high standard for us. He doesn't want us to commit sin at all, but he knows that there is no way we always find ourselves doing one wrong thing or the other. Now, this points to the need for atonement. So we need to atone whenever we commit sin, which the ceremonial law foreshadows. So the ceremonial laws foreshadow that Christ is coming without sin, so that he can be the perfect sacrifice, so that when he died for our sins, we can ask him to forgive us, and he can forgive us. Even though when you commit sin, you will still go through the consequences of sin. But the point is that laws are not given so that you can break it. Laws are given so that you can adjust yourself. You can look for ways to avoid breaking those laws.